There's something so peaceful about a farm. Like, it can be super stressful and you can be doing all kinds of awful stuff, and then knowing that you get to come back to a place that's peaceful is amazing to me. There's always so much going on, and there's so much intricacies of it with all the nature and the birds and the animals and the plants. There's just so much life. Like, to be able to spend time in that, just, I don't know, it like gives me peace and gives me, I guess, a reason to get out of bed every single day and try something new. In the end, it like feeds your soul, so it's all worth it. Whiskey, come here. Up. Let's go. Good girl. Up. You know, a lot of military members come back from war or from their service time, and they feel disconnected from the rest of the community, and then also who they used to be. Like, there's always like a pre-war and a post-war, and it's really hard to reconnect with joy sometimes, or feeling like you're making a difference again. And so that was something that was really powerful for me. Natural and organic and sustainable farming, like, those really all feed into what veterans are looking for when they get out. No. Hi. Whiskey. Come here. Ha-ha. I know. So these are a Cornish cross meat bird. They get to roam around the pastures for the next 8 to 9 weeks. And then they're ready, and then they're delicious. I feel awful, but they're so good. As they get moved, they lay down all their poop, and it's free nitrogen, free fertilizer, so it's great for the pastures. I raise about 1,500 birds in the summer, so it's pretty good. I would die if I had to go to the gym, so this is like a free workout. And when you do it right, you get paid for it, so. Hey, come here. Come here. Oh, what a big girl. You've been a bad girl today. I was a surgery and trauma nurse, so I got deployed as part of a mobile forward surgical team. So I was deployed to Qatar, and then we actually went out to different locations from there, depending on where the fighting was, and then later went to Afghanistan. I think you come home from that and you're like, you just want to move on and just kind of forget that, and it's hard to do. So after I got back from deployment, I struggled awfully. I had a lot of issues with PTSD. I wasn't sleeping. I hated going outside of the house. I don't think I went to a grocery store for like 6 months. Like, it was just like being around people was just too much. Your world just gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, so that you can control all those variables. I think I did every type of counseling, different types of therapies. I had so many different medications. You get to a point and you're just like, well, this isn't working, and like, I don't even want to do this. If this is what my life is gonna look like, I don't even want to do it anymore. I can't move on. Like, I physically just don't have the energy. Mentally, like, I have nothing left to give. Like, life is over. You know, over time, things just got better. I was married. My husband was very supportive because he was military. He understood a lot of that. But it was really hard to, like, go to a job or, like, talk to anybody. So then you start, like, okay, how do I get through the day? And then you start medicating with alcohol or whatever you need to get through. And like it gives you a little bit of relief, but then it also causes problems at the same time. My husband was a pilot, was in the military as well. So we moved around, we moved to Florida, and shortly after we got there, he actually was diagnosed with colon cancer. He actually had the surgery and didn't do well afterwards, so they were like, okay, you need chemotherapy. And then, you know, over the next few months, he just got worse and worse. We would dream at night. When he retired, he was only a couple years away from being retired. So we were gonna buy some land and then start a farm. And so that was kind of that dream during that time. And I think it helped keep us afloat. But then in 2011, he actually passed away. I will always love you. I will never leave you. You will never be alone. So those are the words I used to tell my husband. And so I put those on my arm so that I would see it every single day and realize that I'm not alone and that our love will continue as long as I'm alive. I also named the farm Blue Yonder Organic Farm because he was a pilot. And so if you see, there's a plane going over on the logo so that he's looking over the farm while I'm here. Kind of makes me feel like he's a part of the farm, even though he's never here. So, you know, I did a lot of counseling and that kind of stuff, and none of it helped. But farming, like, I don't know what it is specifically, but there's just like power on a farm and power in growing things from like little seeds or from animals that just gives you this peace and this like wholeness that gets brought back to you. So I don't know of any other therapy or any other job or any other thing that can really affect you like that, or at least in my case. Like that to me was like, okay, I can live again. Like this is something that, yes, I went through or that I experienced, but I have this new life and this new chance.
Let's go, come on. Come on, let's go. Let's go, come on.
You know, Indiana is like one of the heartlands of farming, but there was no information from Purdue, our land-grant university, on like small-scale farming or organic farming, just corn and soybeans. Like that was the focus of everything. And I found happenstance NCAT and ATTRA, their website, and started learning about sustainable agriculture. And then they advertised this program called Arm to Farm. And I was like, this is what I need. And it was down in Arkansas. So I literally packed up my car and drove down there for the program. At the time, I was super shy. Like I didn't like talking to people. Like I was scared, literally scared to death. Like I drove into the parking lot and went to the room that I was supposed to stay at, and I heard people talking, and I turned around and went back to my car, and I was like, I cannot do this. Like, I want to go back home. And then I was like, just push through it. Like, you can do this. Like, this is something you want to learn about. So I put my big girl panties back on and like went in there and had the most powerful week of my life. I mean, I really look at this life that I've built right now, and it all started with that Arm to Farm. And so I took those skills and those passions back home with me, and I was like, I know what I'm supposed to do now. Like I felt very confident, like I want to go home and I want to start a farm, and then I want to do outreach to other veterans.
We enjoy going over to Sara's. She's really good at making me feel like I'm doing a good job. Even when I might not be, I get a lot of encouragement and a lot of support. She's been our #1 fan, our biggest support. Frankly, I really don't know what we'd do without her.
That's the one thing that I always tell veterans, like, no matter what's going on, there's always hope. And so that's kind of that thing that I've been able to cling on to. Like, life is not over. There is still a purpose for you. You have more to give. And that's one of the special things about working with veterans. Veterans want to help other people. I have yet to meet a veteran who starts a farm who wouldn't open their farm to another veteran or wouldn't build into another person or multiple people because they want to see the same impact that farming has had on their own life in other veterans' lives. So it's a unique group, veterans. I like them.